What would you say is the problem that you're trying to solve?
So a lot of people actually don't know this, that 90% of startups fail due to product market fit and lack of funding. On the other hand, investors are hesitant to launch in early stage startups due to data accuracy as well as trust in the data. So I built this AI company called SprintFit. We automate data collection for early stage startups so that investors feel confident in evaluating as well as investing in them.
Nice. I love that. Let me get some photos of you right over here. What is something you think that most founders miss when it comes to investing?
I think customer data. Even if you are at an early stage, I think that what's really important is having conversations with the users that are going to be using your product, as well as understanding their pain points and needs. I think oftentimes founders do miss. This is the reason why they miss the product market fit, is because they don't understand who they're serving. And so I think that, like, when it comes to funding, um, investors are looking essentially for that information. They're looking at an early stage, they're investing in you as a founder. They are investing, yes, some parts of it are your company and some parts of it are maybe your team. But you potentially probably are a solo founder like me. But I think it's important to understand that even at that early stage, getting understanding of the problem you're solving for and who your customers are can really show the investors that they are betting on the right idea. It's all about betting at that point. It's all about these decisions that you actually don't know where it's going to go. So I get it.
I love that. Yeah, getting actually feedback from the customers and knowing what they want instead of just building what you want to build. I can see that being nice. Let me get some photos of you right over here. When do you think a founder should bootstrap versus raise capital?
I think that founders, so we're a bootstrap founder for the past year and a half. And I think that, like, it's really exciting to continue to be a bootstrap founder, especially in this AI age. I think that, like, it's not only critical for founders to understand when they've built multiple iterations of their product. I think that there's a better understanding of continuing to stay bootstrapped before going out for funding, because then you actually understand the value of what it would take and mean in order to get funded, where the resources would be used, where the funds would be used. Without having built and got that experience as a bootstrap founder, you may not fully understand where those resources would potentially be used. So I really think that, like, staying minimal, continuing to stay bootstrapped until you reach your product market fit, as well as you have some amount of revenue, or at least have design partners that help you understand that there's value for the product that you're building. So I think, again, it comes down to making sure that you understand your market. And once you have that understanding, going out for funding would be a lot more easier.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Getting to a place where you're a little more stable as a company and you have something to show investors instead of just going to them with no information.
I think
can make a difference.
traction is key in all of this, right? Like, traction does not just mean number of users. Traction can mean interest in your product. Traction can mean customer interviews. Traction can mean a lot of different things. And I think founders have to be creative in order to understand that. And once they do understand that, that journey becomes a lot easier for you to, like, discover, test, validate, and then repeat. So that process is very familiar to me. And I would share that with any founder. Like, I think that that is where talking to your customers, putting your things out there quickly, early, and getting that traction also showcases your readiness as a founder before you can actually get funded.
What would you say helps? When does a founder know when they're getting traction?
So I think like as we were talking about customer interviews, I think like early demos with your customers, getting letter of intent, having design partners. What design partners essentially are like early customers who are on this journey with you. They believe in you, they believe in your idea, and they know you're solving for a pain point for them. And so they're willing to go on this journey with you to explore that, which is so cool. So I do think that like, um, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There are a lot of different ways to measure traction or to find it.
Yeah.
And yeah, listening to that data, I feel like is very helpful. Awesome. Let me get some photos right over here. What would you say is your deeper why?
So I've been a founder twice before, and I was surprised. I observed that there was a lot of biases in the funding decisions that are being made. I don't think that it is as critical to be from a Ivy League school or and to have an insider connection in order to get funded. There is a lot of lost opportunities out there for these talented founders. This is why I built SprintFit. I want to create a fair, equitable, and an accessible funding model for startups.
Yeah, I love that mission. It's really important. There's a lot of missed opportunities for sure. A lot of people with great ideas and a lot of passion that just need the chance to go to get that funding to make their idea come to life.
Absolutely.
Nice. Let me get some photos right over here.